ever tried a weird diet? Maybe cutting carbs, a juice cleanse, or one of those drink celery water at sunrise fads. You might have tried something really odd, but have you ever tried an alcohol-only diet? That was William the Conqueror's plan in lieu of Weight Watchers. And you've got to stick around to hear about his insane funeral. Hey friends, welcome back to the Encyclopedia Ange channel, where I'm no expert, just endlessly curious about everything. Just a quick note that if you're liking what you're seeing, subscribing really does help me. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on what topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. So let's rewind. William earned the Conqueror title in the Battle of Hastings. But as the years rolled on, the once formidable warrior grew less formidable and more formidably round. Historians note that he got so big that he had trouble even riding his horse. But William was a king and he could eat whatever he wanted. But instead of pacing himself, he went medieval on buffets. And eventually, when he realized that his weight was a problem, he didn't hire a personal trainer. He didn't just cut out bread. Nope. His solution was to stop eating solid food altogether and drink only wine and beer. That was it, the all-alcohol diet. Modern doctors would call that a terrible idea, but William gave it a shot. Imagine him sitting in his royal hall while knights and nobles dig into roast boar and venison, and he's just there holding a goblet like, "No thanks, I'm on a plan." Kind of like your friend that's on a juice cleanse. Did it work? Well, sort of. Sources suggest he dropped some weight, but not exactly in a healthy way. His health declined, his strength weakened, and while he slimmed down due to just taking in less calories, he didn't exactly glow with vitality. Fast forward to 1087. William, still a big man despite the diet, was leading a campaign in France. While attacking the city of Mantes, his horse stumbled, throwing William forward against his saddle. His large stomach slammed into the pommel, causing internal injuries. Medieval medicine didn't exactly have a cure for that. William lingered for weeks before dying on September 9th, 1087. And that's where things get awkward. His funeral was a comedy of errors. First problem, transporting the body. Summer heat plus medieval embalming meant that by the time his corpse reached the burial site, things weren't fresh. Second problem, when they tried to bury him in the church, they discovered that his tomb was too small. The solution? Force that body in. And when they gave it their best efforts, his bloated corpse exploded. Historians describe that the church instantly filled with this horrible scent, so bad that the funeral had to be cut short. What an end to a mighty beginning. William the Conqueror, the man who reshaped England forever, brought nobles to heel and redrew Europe's map, but he was laid to rest in the most undignified way possible, blowing up at his own funeral. It's one of history's darker punchlines. A king who conquered nations, but couldn't conquer his own appetite, or medieval coffin measurements. Maybe this is a reminder that kings, for all their crowns and castles, were still very human. If you enjoyed this topic, make sure and stay tuned for my video on crazy diets linked at the end of this video. There's always a question to be answered, and I'm always here to ask it. See you next time.